How you doing, guys? Zane's Every Boxing Dosage here, back with another video. And in this video I'd like to give you my prediction for this upcoming fight. It's going down on the Anthony Joshua vs Daniel Dubois undercard. I'm really looking forward to it. It's Joshua Buatsi versus Willy Hutchinson. What a great fight. Both men really good light heavyweights. Looking back on their careers, both of them, um, Willie Hutchinson and Joshua Buatsi both have a common opponent in Craig Richards. They both face Craig Richards and they both beat him. So I went back and looked back at those fights in particular as well. And both of them won quite well. But what impressed me more is Willie Hutchinson's performance against Craig Richards. I really liked his boxing ability, his use of footwork, giving Craig Richards angles, and he's very good with his hands. He's got quick hand speed, very good counter puncher as well. He's a thinking fighter in there. But what I do worry about is his stamina and conditioning because he can start off really well in fights, boxes beautifully off the back foot, uses his footwork to come in and out of range, so he gives his opponents different looks. And he's got a good use of the jab, and that's what's really impressed me about Willie Hutchinson. And to be honest, like, he beat Craig Richards more decisively than Joshua Buatsi, in my opinion. But styles do make fights, so we do have to take that into consideration when it comes to both common opponents in Richards. Buatsi is more of an aggressive fighter, a front foot fighter, a person that likes to, you know, keep you in the middle of the ring and lets his shots go, and he likes to obviously push the pace a lot more than Willie Hutchinson, where Willie Hutchinson likes to box off the back foot and likes to preserve his energy. But to be honest, like, Willie Hutchinson, you know, the problem with him is stamina and conditioning, and I think that you know he boxes really well in the first half of fights. That's really good of him, but he doesn't tend to. He kind of slows down, if you know what I mean, with the pressure being mounted onto him in the second half of fights. But he's a really good boxer. One thing I noticed about this lead up on this fight is Joshua Buatsi, his uh, his composure. Willie Hutchinson definitely has got in his head at the face off on the BT Sport thing. I noticed that Joshua Buatsi was kind of like losing his sort of cool, because Willie Hutchinson's bringing up old sparring footage and he's saying, oh, he beat him so badly in sparring, it knocked him out and stuff like that. So, I've never seen Buatsi act like that. He's usually calm, collective, but obviously there's something that Willie Hutchinson's doing that's provoking him, and making him feel like that. But we usually see a calm, composed Buatsi, so that's gonna be interesting leading into the fight. You know, would that be a good thing, or a bad thing? But Willie Hutchinson has been vulnerable in his career. He's been knocked out brutally by, I think, Lennox Clark, yeah, at super middleweight. But that was quite a while ago. But nevertheless, that was a brutal knockout. And Buatsi, can he do the same here? That's what I'm thinking, because I've never seen Buatsi like this, and it's either gonna make him or break him mentally. I think it's gonna you know really motivate him. Because I've never seen that side to Buatsi before. But I think when he does get people, he can finish them. So it's best to just box a smart fight if I was Willy Hutchinson, because we've seen in the past what happens, you know. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a good fight, and you know, it's one of them fights again, isn't it? It's a 50-50 fight, you know, because we've seen Buatsi, his career hasn't really catapulted to where we really wanted him to be at the world stage. But this is a very good opportunity for him. And I think he knows at this stage of his career, it's either make or break for him, you know. So I think that's sort of in the back of his mind as well. You know, Willy Hutchinson, though, I was really impressed against Craig Richards. You know, a lot of people didn't expect him to beat Craig Richards when he went into that fight, and he proved a lot of us wrong. You know, so you know, you got to give credit where credit is due, and take that into consideration as well. He's a very good boxer, man, Willy Hutchinson. Even when he's hurt, he sometimes has that dog in him, and you know, bites down on his gum shield and gets through it, especially in the Craig Richards fight. You know, leading into the second half of the fight, he was struggling a bit, but he managed to keep his composure in shape, and you know, he got a second win, as they say. You know, so that's really good of Willy Hutchinson. I think he's learned from that past mistake where he got knocked out really badly. But I just feel that Joshua Buatsi is a physically stronger fighter and is going to be trying to impose his will. He's got a good chin, but he's got to be defensively aware also, because Willy Hutchinson's got very good hand speed, and you know, he can hurt you. He can definitely crack a bit. You know, he's got a bit of punching power there. So Joshua Buatsi, I'd like to see him use his fundamentals a bit more. You know, obviously he's going to be the aggressor, I believe, in this fight, judging by how the lead up into this fight is going. You know, we've never seen Buatsi act like this, so you know, it's either a make or break sort of point. You know, would it be interesting to see if that, you know, exploits Buatsi and makes him be more vulnerable to making mistakes, you know, because Hutchinson has got in his head. You know, there's questions there, but, you know, in my final prediction, I just think, you know, it's one of those fights where it could go either way as well. Hutchinson can definitely win on points as well. This could be a very close affair if Buatsi doesn't manage to hurt him. You understand? But I believe Buatsi will manage to hurt him. But he's got to be prepared, you know. He's got to be ready mentally, you know, regroup again and go again, and, you know, ideally try to, you know, go to the body early of Hutchinson to slow him down. But this is going to be a good fight, man. Skills pay the bills, and I feel that Hutchinson's a very good boxer as well, so we can't count him out. You know, I see the fight going both ways. You know, if Hutchinson managed to box his way onto a lead here against Buatsi the way he did it against Richards, then he could possibly pull out a decision. But then again, Buatsi is the aggressive fighter, and he could slow down Willy Hutchinson because he's very powerful as well. But I'm going to go on my final prediction. I've gone back and forth as well again on this one. You know, the Riyadh season cards, they're 50-50, you know. They're very good competitive matchups and not really that easy to predict. But if I had to go with someone, I'm going to go with Joshua Buatsi to pull it off. You know, purely for the fact that I think he knows what's at stake here, and I think that he's going to, you know, sort of find a way to win. You know, he's going to go through some adversity as well, but he's got to be defensively aware and make sure that, you know, he's concentrating at all times, because Willy Hutchinson, his hand speed is no joke. So, you know, you got to take that into consideration. And, you know, may the best man win, but I'm going to go with Joshua Buatsi to pull it off. You know, either by a late stoppage or close points victory, round 7-12 or points. But safe pick here, I'd say maybe Joshua Buatsi. Let me know your thoughts, guys. As always, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Who you got winning the fight, and yeah. let me know. I'll see you in the next one, guys. It's Zane's Heavy Boxing Dosage. I'm out.